The defendant was your boyfriend. You have a child together, and it's your claim that he owes you for half of a loan that you individually took out. Mr. Tremblay says that he had every intention of paying you back his half because you had an agreement that I assume you would share expenses in the apartment, but then you moved out of the apartment, correct? So you breached the agreement. I did not lock him out if he came home, but he did come home and I did let him in safety precaution just in case anyone tried to break into the apartment. So now you put the chain on the door because it was a precaution because you were going to sleep yourself and you opened the door and locked him out. I want to know what he said to you and what you said to him. I asked you to tell me what he said, not the way. You felt not about the argument and you said, I called the police because he was in my face. What you actually told me was, he came home. You would put the chain on the door when he left because she had an argument. He came home and he apologized. He said, I'm sorry for what happened, he said. I don't call 911 and have them respond to your house because I'm in fear of my life. And then he's going to take my child away. Miss LeBlanc says she went to the landlord who was kind enough to shred the lease after Andrew talked to him. I called him and I asked the landlord what he would like to do about the apartment. I didn't even see the other lease that we had signed and agreed he had taken. I don't see him shred it. When did you sign a new lease? March 6, 2013. Andrew Trembling owes for a loan to move into an apartment together. Renee claims Renee illegally kicked him out, so he's not paying now. It didn't work out for the two of you. That doesn't mean you have to stay together, but actually, what you did was you left without any notice now. If you said to him, Andrew, I'm giving you notice I'm paying you for 2 months. Rent give you 60 days to find another roommate. Renee Dunn is suing her sister Angelia Dial for dog care costs and her wrestler Angelia Dial for dog care costs, and her wrestler Angelia is countersue for hospital bills and defamation of character. The argument is really over allegedly a puppy that you say that your sister gave to you and that you ultimately gave back to her because of what you allege is her harassment. Miss Dial is suing for the expenses that you incurred for the dog over the period of 5 months that you say that you had the dog and then, of course, lost the dog. Miss Unks, I surely don't believe you. That's like saying you know I paid $1,000 for a used car. I can't keep the car anymore. Rebecca Jones is suing her daughters, former volleyball coach Elena McLean, for the return of league fields and for damages due to emotional distress order. Judge Judy, foreign of Judge Judith Scheindlin. The people are real, the cases are real, and the ruins are final. This is Judge Judy Rebecca Jones. In December 2012, we are going back to the doctor on January 2nd, at which time it will be determined when she may resume her activities. I will keep you posted, and she says in her response on December 12th that she would just went to the contract and she would credit us for the time that Libby didn't play. So I thought I would like to see foreign, so back in December 2012. I want you to tell me exactly what you said to her and what she said to you. I want to tell you exactly what she told me. Well, I'm sorry, Your Honor, that is not correct where there are other players in the gym, or whoever you have the volleyball game, where they're not her team. Judge Judy continues in a moment. Should we get frustrated until we just roll our eyes into this sassing you? I know the look. I made a payment on Friday for $486. Why do you get behind them? Because I just didn't have the funds, because you didn't have the funds, because you didn't have the funds, because he was paying both your rent and his paying child support is your obligation. You tell her to take this money, this $1,200 out of the child support she gets of $600 a month. Is that correct? Yeah, $143, right a week. And who do you live with? I live with my parents. Take it out of your child support. That's all as hard as step out. He calls me Terry. Dunn is suing her sister Angelia Dial for dog care costs and her wrestler Angelia's counter, suing for hospital bills and defamation of character. Dunn says she is suing for the expenses that you incurred for the dog over the period of 5 months that you say that you had the dog, and then, of course, lost the dog. Rebecca Jones is suing her daughters, former volleyball coach Elena McLean, for the return of league thieves and for damages due to emotional distress order or rise. This case number 47 on the counter in the matter of Jones versus McLean. Judge Judy is about to enter the courtroom up Judge Judith Scheindlin. The people are real. The kisses are real. Racine Racers.